If you struggle with endless scrolling leading to diminishing attention span, then this video is for you, because I'm going to show you a two-part system that fixes it for good. The core problem. The reason you can't focus isn't because you're lazy or undisciplined, it's because of something called friction asymmetry, and you've engineered it into your entire life without even knowing it. Answer this honestly. Right now, how many steps away are you from opening your favorite app other than where you are consuming this content? Maybe 2 if you need to close this one and open the other one, or 3 if you need to unlock your phone first. That's 3 seconds between you and scrolling. Okay, now how many steps to start reading that book on your shelf? Maybe 7 steps if you need to. Get up, walk to the shelf, find the book, remember what page you're on, walk back, sit down, and then open it to start reading. See the problem? Distraction is 2 steps away. Focus is 7. Your brain is smart enough to do the math and pick distraction every single time. Why? Because humans always default to the lowest effort option available. Right now, you've got 0 friction to distraction and maximum friction to focus. And if you're trying to overcome that with willpower, it is a losing battle. You can do it for a few hours if you're really determined. Then you're exhausted and back on your phone wondering what happened. Here is a stat you probably didn't know. The average American checks their phone 96 times per day. That's once every 10 minutes while you're awake. And each check is a micro decision between scroll or focus. And scroll wins 96 times a day, 672 times a week, 35,000 times a year. That's 35,000 reps of distraction per year. So how do you fix this? Not with more willpower, but with a 2-part system that flips the physics. Part 1. Engineer the environment. Here's the core principle behind the first part of the system. Don't fight the physics of your environment. Instead, change physics. Here is what it means in simple terms. Make distraction a high-effort task and make focus a low-effort task. Once you do that, your brain will automatically default to focus. Why? Because you have redefined what low effort means. Here is how you do it. Step 1. The friction audit. Grab a piece of paper right now. On the left, write down every digital distraction you default to when work gets hard. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Reddit, news sites, whatever yours is. Now, for each one, count the exact number of taps from locked phone to scrolling. Write that number down. Now on the right, write down your focus activities. Reading, writing, studying, deep work, whatever matters to you. Similarly, count the steps to actually start each one. Write those numbers. Here's what you're going to see. Your biggest distractions are going to be 2 to 3 taps away. But focus activities, they will be anything between 5 to 15 steps away. That's your problem visualized, and here's why this matters. Every time your brain picks the low friction option, it's not being weak, it's being efficient. So we don't fight that. We fix it by creating friction. Step 2. The friction levels. There are 3 levels of friction you can add. Pick one based on how fried your attention span is. Here's how to choose. Put your phone down. Try to leave it there for 15 minutes. Can you do it without feeling a strong urge to check? If you make it but feel only a little uncomfortable, try level 1. But if you felt visibly uncomfortable or can't do it at all, you might need level 2 or 3. Use the timestamps to jump to the level that suits you. Level 1. Environment friction. Log out of every social app. No need to delete them, just log out. Now, every time you want to scroll, you type your password manually. These few seconds of entering password interrupts compulsive use considerably, because half the time you start typing and think, wait, why am I even doing this? The friction creates a moment of conscious choice instead of automatic behavior. By the way, if you're using YouTube on Android, you might need to disable it instead. The friction principle works the same. Also, remove all social apps from your home screen. Your thumb can't tap what it can't see. Finally, turn your entire phone to grayscale. Those bright colors trigger dopamine. Grayscale removes that trigger. Finally, during focus time, put your phone on silent and in a drawer across the room, out of sight with a physical barrier. The friction at this level is enough to break automatic scrolling without feeling extreme. But if you want to go more extreme, try the next level. Level 2. Access friction. Here you delete the apps completely from your phone. You can still check them if you need to, but only on your computer during specific times. This immediately prevents bedtime scrolling. Also, no more scrolling in the toilet or during commutes. Research finds this kind of digital minimalism removes mindless usage considerably, because most scrolling happens in tiny gaps throughout your day. And when you eliminate access in the gaps, you eliminate most of the problem. And when you do reinstall apps, delete it again after using. Keep the cycle broken. Also at this level, phone charges in a different room at night. Not just in a drawer, different room entirely. Level 3. Hard reset. This is the 30-day hard reset for people who've tried levels 1 and 2 and still can't break the cycle. Here you use a third-party app blockers. These apps with their forced mode are effective at locking you out of the distracting apps and websites. It's effective because it is automatic and enforced. You can use the link in the description to get my recommended app. Now, if you still need to take it one level higher, switch to a dumb phone for 30 days. This helps fully reset your dopamine system. If you like the video so far, consider subscribing. Also, I have linked all the research material in the show notes below. Now, on we go to the next one. Step 3, the critical part. Most people miss. Adding friction to distractions is only half of it. You also have to remove all friction from focus. This is where most people fail. They make scrolling harder but don't lessen the friction to focus. So their brain still defaults to scrolling. The trick is to make focus the absolute lowest effort option. Here is an example of how you can do it. Tonight before bed, prep for tomorrow's focus. If you're reading, put the book on the side table with the current page open. This drastically reduces the steps to start reading tomorrow morning. Similarly, if you're writing, pull up the document before you close your laptop. Tomorrow you open it and it's already there. The goal is making focus the path of least resistance. Your brain will default to it, not because you got more disciplined overnight, but because your re-engineered environment supports it. You're not relying on willpower anymore, but here's the critical part. Most people miss. Environment engineering only works if you can sustain it, and you won't sustain it if you quit the first time you fail, which you will. That's where part 2 of the system comes in. It keeps one failure from killing everything. Part 2, the recovery system. Here's what nobody tells you about building focus. You're going to fail, probably sooner than you expect. You will find a workaround like reinstalling the apps. Unfortunately, this is where most people quit completely, as they start believing that they are not disciplined enough. But they are wrong, because failure isn't the problem. What you do in the 5 minutes after failing is the problem. Research shows that missing one opportunity to perform a behavior doesn't significantly damage the habit, but missing multiple consecutive opportunities does. The gap between failure and return determines whether the habit survives or dies. So we're going to build a recovery system that keeps the gap under 5 minutes. It's called the 5-minute reset protocol. Next time when you catch yourself scrolling when you shouldn't be, stop. Don't spiral into self-criticism. Don't think, I'm terrible at this, why do I even bother? Just notice it. Accept that you broke the protocol. That's it. Then do 10 burpees right there, or 10 push-ups. Something that forces your body to move and your brain to shift states. This physically breaks the mental loop you were stuck in. Then immediately start one focus session. Here's why this works. You're not trying to be perfect. You're trying to keep the gap small. When you fail and return within 5 minutes, the habit survives. Let it stretch to tomorrow, and you'll be starting from scratch. Track your resets, not your perfect days. A reset where you recover within 5 minutes is not a failure. It's proof that you are building resilience. One more thing. Your brain's dopamine system needs about 30 days to recalibrate. The first week you'll feel bored and anxious. That's withdrawal, not weakness. But stick with these 2 parts, and by week 3, something shifts. Scrolling starts feeling empty and focus starts feeling normal. That's when you know your brain is rewired. Don't forget, your attention is the most valuable thing you own. Right now, you're giving it away for free. Take it back.